8 days, and you know, the reality that I look at is pretty grim. And I was talking to a friend today, and we were talking about inspiration and, you know, why do this, and you know, this being called to lead in movement or to inspire people to make a difference. And I think that's really what it boils down to. This is about individuals making a decision to make a difference in the world. And yeah, it goes back probably all the way to the, you know, way before the hippie times, but you know, to all the people that wanted to make the world a better place. Probably our founding fathers had that in them. Probably part of what they did was to fight against tyranny, but why? Why is freedom so important? Well, it makes the world a better place when you have it. It's something that goes, you know, deep inside our souls, deep inside our hearts. And you know, I keep talking about this good versus evil thing, but that's really what it is. You know, there's bad things in the world and there's good things in the world, and there's ways to change the world. And I believe that if we make it important to change the world for the good, that we'll do it. And so why not start here? We have a civil rights problem, we have a patient rights problem, we have a corrupt justice system, we've got corrupt individuals. All these things are issues that can be dealt with. I believe that my only hope at this point for freedom is for the jury to hear the truth. I keep saying the jury has the right to hear the truth. And you think about that. I talk about it all the time. You know, the spotlight and the cockroach, and the truth, the light of the truth, and the little puppy. You know, what runs to the light, what runs away from it. Truth is the light. You know, the truth will set you free. All of these are truths. Okay? And I think that one of the things that we need to do is get that truth out there. And so we're printing up flyers, and we're sharing videos, and we're doing interviews and getting on the radio. And I believe that if we're able to get the news, the regular news that everybody watches, that's not cannabis activists, we got to get to the place where the not activists watch. I think that we can cause change to happen in a way that will echo forever. And you know why I think that? I think that because I've been kind of spewing for a couple of years straight now, pretty much nonstop, every day somewhere. And I was talking to this friend today, and I said, you know, every day I believe I get at least one person. And I try everywhere I go. I mean, I don't really try, I just get up and do it. It's just sort of what I do now. But every day, somewhere, somehow, one person gets touched. Well, you figure that out, and after a couple of years, that's like 600 people. All right, at that rate, by the time I'm dead, or even if I live to be 100, I'll have a few thousand people under my belt. That's not going to work. It has to spread. And what I'm finding out is, little by little, I get phone calls and emails and letters and even a donation or two here and there from people that somehow have been touched, either by something I've done, or by this story, or by the work that the Human Solution's done. Positive effects of positive action. It's that butterfly effect. So we continue to go out there and do good things. We continue to go out there and support each other. We continue to go out there and fight for right. And other people are watching, and they're starting to pay attention. If we can get this to go to the next level, and to become the next news story, you know, somebody that's watching knows somebody in the news. Somebody that's watching this knows somebody who knows somebody. If we can get this story, or anyone like it, it doesn't have to be my story. This story is a human rights story. It's a story. Every time police abuse their power and beat up a patient, or raid a innocent person's home, or spend millions of dollars on an investigation over a plant. Anytime any of these things happen, anytime an individual gets sentenced for a nonviolent crime to prison time, anytime any of those things happen, it doesn't matter if it's federal or state or local or whatever, it doesn't matter. It needs to stop. And we need to let our elected officials know. We need to let our neighbors know. We need to let the media know that this is a story. It's a story we want to hear about. And if we want to hear about it, they'll tell it to us. They'll look for it. And it's easy to find. You go into the courtrooms, sit in any court, any day of any week, and I guarantee you could sit in a shocking story and hear a tale of a travesty of justice and corruption and one-sided law enforcement. And I just really believe that we can stop this. And another message to the cops. I'm certainly aware that you guys are watching these things and watching me on Facebook and probably at the meetings I talk to when I talk to people. So you should know by now that these things I say are true. Why aren't any of you guys standing up for what's right? I've always had a theory. I think that cops that act violent and aggressive like that, I honestly believe that you guys are pussies. And I mean that in the worst possible way. I believe that you stand together with your guns and your badges and your buddies and your and all of that, and I think you wish you had the brass balls that I do, or that any of our activists that are willing to risk our freedoms and our livelihoods and our safety and stand up to you with the guns and the bombs and all the other crap you have. I think you wish you had that. So I ask you again, why don't you do the right thing? Imagine if it was your kid being attacked the way this family or so many other families are. Would you feel the same about it? Or would you do what always happens and brush it under the rug, make it go away? Think about that. Have a moment of clarity, a moment of conscience, and you can make a difference from inside. You could make a difference on the camp that believes the truth, that this is stupid, it's not worth attacking. There's some violent people that really need to be put behind bars. Spend your time going after them. Solve those cold cases. There are murderers out there. There are bad people that you let roam the streets because you're busy putting good people in jail. Please stop it. Thank you.